I'm going to be a hypocrite for a moment and talk about something that I was avidly a part of all throughout like my late years of high school, and that was reselling clothing. Yes, in fact, I did resell clothes on Depop. I eventually stopped because it wasn't really working out for me. Anytime that I go to Goodwill, I mainly shop for myself now instead. I actually gained a superpower where I can just look through like racks or bins at like a very high speed. Like I could go through like a whole rack in like 4 minutes, and I'm not talking about ribs. Alright guys, we're at Goodwill right now, and I'm here to disprove all of you haters out there. I have my assistant Cody over here, and he is going to be setting a timer, and we are gonna see how fast I can go through this rack of clothing. Yes. One. I'm just now realizing, but why the hell did he put the timer to 1 minute? I told him prior to this video to put it to 4 minutes because that's how long I thought I could do it for, but I guess I underestimated myself, guys. That just proves my point even more. Alright, stop timer. 6 seconds, y'all. Wow. 6 seconds left on the clock. See, I did the suits because I knew you guys would be talking shit. These are the most heaviest and bulkiest pack out there. The heaviest pack of clothing out there.
Takes forever to move.
Exactly. And just to prove it even more, I'm gonna do one more rack for you guys because I know you're gonna say, oh yeah, he cheated. No. I'm just that guy.
That's very impressive.
That's right.
How do you feel?
Out of all the trials and tribulations out here, this is why I'm not allowed at Goodwill anymore. Is because I'm just that fast. I could go through this whole store in less than an hour. So, yeah. Don't fear me too much, guys. I'm on your side. This video isn't a diss track on resellers who sell furniture or things they don't really need anymore, like on the Facebook Marketplace or something like that, and they're just trying to clear up space. But this is about Goodwill resellers. Coming from a personal experience, they're the most insufferable people on the face of planet Earth. Picture this. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I found a jacket sitting on one of the racks at Goodwill. It was this beautiful red jacket and had this sick design on it, right? So I call up my friend and I'm like, hey, I found this cool jacket. I think you might like it. And he says, oh my gosh, dude, I love that jacket, right? In my mind, I should have grabbed it, but I really had to go use the bathroom. So I go to use the bathroom, right? And when I come back, it's gone. Where the hell was the jacket at, right? Out of the corner of my eye, I see the red jacket sitting in this guy's like little basket that he has, right? Earlier in the day, I saw him and he was like on his phone taking pictures of clothing, like picking it up and checking up the price, right? The usual thing that resellers would do. In the back of my mind, I was like, damn, it's gone. I'm not gonna be able to touch that jacket. But I had a gut feeling, like I didn't want to let that jacket go because I knew that my friend really liked it and I thought it was cool as well, right? So I had the right idea to walk up to this reseller and I'm like, hey, I see that you have that jacket. That's a sick jacket. I was wondering if maybe I could take it off of your hands, if it's no trouble. Tell me why this guy said, I don't know, man. Like, I could resell this for a lot of money on Depop. So my dumbass decided to entertain this, right? I asked him, I'm like, would it be possible if I was to buy it from you, like, right now? He said, oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. I would be willing to give it to you for, how about $150? $150? Are you kidding me? That is way overpriced, buddy. Okay. So I eventually negotiate with this guy, bring the price down to $80.
Damn.
I pay him, I cash app him the money. He gives me a business card for some fucking reason. He's like, go check out my Depop. At the time, I thought I was scamming him because he was planning on like reselling it for a shitload of money, and I was only paying $80. But looking back at it now, my dumbass should have just like walked out of the Goodwill and not gave him $80 for a jacket. But you do a lot of things for the people you care for. Aww. That's the most amount of money that I've spent at a Goodwill ever in my life. Like, I will never do that again. I was so stupid for paying $80 for that. And yeah, after that event happened, I promised myself that I would never be like that guy. So I just stopped reselling clothing. Like, imagine being 30 years old and still reselling clothing. I mean, you make good money off of it, right? You make good profit. Some people do. But I don't want that to be like the rest of my life, is going to Goodwills and, you know, looking through dirty ass clothes and reselling them for stupid amount of money. It just feels wrong, you know? Consumers will take anything. They'll take anything off your hands if they like it. I have no room to talk. Like, the irony in this is crazy. Like, if you saw my closet, it's filled with like a majority of stuff that I've gotten from Goodwill. But I like it. I wear that clothing. I don't sit there and try to resell it or anything like that. I only resell the stuff that I don't wear. Now, I used to resell stuff a long time ago, but I stopped doing that just because I really like clothing. I remember there was this like thrift store that opened up downtown, and they resold like a lot of streetwear and a lot of like vintage clothing. Like they had their own reseller that would go to different thrift stores and grab clothes and then put them into their store and resell them for a price. So it's like a local Depop basically. And I walk into there, and right before I'd gone in, I grabbed like a shirt that I thought looked cool, but it wasn't really worth that much. And you can do this thing where you can trade in a shirt, and I ended up trading in like a dress shirt for a Kingdom Hearts vintage shirt. Look at this. This is sick. I get so many compliments all the time when I wear this out. People are like, "Oh, Kingdom Hearts! I love Kingdom Hearts, bro! Freaking crazy, dude!" And they'll like dab me up or something like that, right? I get a lot of attention. I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. Shout out to all my Kingdom Hearts fans out there. But yeah, if you ever come across people like that who resell clothing and there's a trading option, I would use that as a benefit. I do that a lot in different situations. Like, you can, when you like price match things at Best Buy or any electronics store, I like to price match stuff like from Amazon, and I can get it for like way cheaper. These people try to scam you by not telling you that you can do that. The first video I'm going to show you guys is insane to me. This guy is so full of himself. Him and the guy across from him. I don't think that him and this guy know each other, but by golly, are they the exact same person. It's like looking in a mirror.
Can I see what it is? It's a Carhartt?
You can see with your eyes, man.
See my eyes.
That's so funny, dude. Can I see what that is really quick? You can see with your eyes, bitch. They like equally agreed with each other as to like who would get the Carhartt, and then the guy was like, "Oh, can I look at it?" "Yeah, you can look, but you can't touch. Get your hands away." I don't know if they knew each other or if that was like rage bait or something like that. I checked his channel, and it doesn't really seem like he knows that guy at all.
Holy shit. I just pulled it right now. Holy cow. Let me see the price. It says it's worth like 300 bucks.
I also don't think he knows that guy at all. Like, that's just a random dude, and he's like, yeah, check out what I pulled. $300. Yeah, I'm $300 richer, and you're a loser. I'm gonna resell this on my Depop.
What?
Oh my god. What the fuck? Is that juicy?
I think they're all juicy.
Oh my god. Have one?
Alright, I'll let you know how much it's worth.
That's actually so funny, dude. She probably just go in there for the exact same reason that a lot of people would go to Goodwill, you know, to get clothing to wear. And she's like, oh my gosh, is that juicy? Like, can I, like, what's going on here? Like, clothing that she wears, female clothing. And he's like, yeah, hold on, let me just check the price really quick to see how much it's worth before I give it to you. That guy does not have any morals at all for other people. He's looking through the women's clothing, and there's a woman right in front of him. Like, make it make sense, buddy. Every reseller has this formula that they follow. They wait outside of a thrift store to open.
Watch when you see, when the door opens, bink, push, shove, get out my way, let's go. Off to the races, we in here.
They rush in crowds, pushing each other, shoving each other. Like, look at this. There is no reason why this guy should be running like that. Look at that, dude. Look at that form. And immediately, they start diving in, balls deep. I could pull up hundreds of articles talking about this topic because it is so prevalent. So many people do this all the time, and it gets worse and worse. The most recent article I could find was published July 22nd, 2025. I've always loved thrifting. It has been such a great way to expand my closet without going broke in the process. It is always enjoyable to visit an inexpensive thrift store to find a couple of items that will be loved again. However, in the past few years, resellers have truly ruined the experience for me. I used to love the Goodwill bins the most of all of my thrifting locations. It was so enjoyable to sift through them and discover unique clothing items. That was until I met my first reseller. I went to the bins on a weekend thinking it would be a good way to enjoy my day off. When I got there, I was greeted by a group of 3 teenage boys and several carts full of clothes. They were going bin to bin, ripping away things that they wanted and tossing the things they didn't want over people's heads. They would then go and sit in the corner with their mountain of clothes and snicker toward each other while everyone else looked through what was left. I'm well aware that those kids had just as much of a right to the clothes that they found as anyone else. That isn't what upset me. What upset me is that they were quite literally listing the items on Depop before they even left the building. The issue of resellers goes beyond my personal grievances. These scalpers disguised as small businesses have been the single most significant contributor to the downfall of thrift culture. It's become such a huge issue in today's society for thrifters or resellers to have any sense of human decency when it comes to clothes or anything having to do with clothing that they could resell. They do not care about other people at all. This isn't really a subjective opinion because there is quite literally a lot of evidence to support my claim. There are literally people who will fight over clothing that they haven't even bought yet. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous.
It's Jesse.
Someone said I was there. They grabbed the 2012 Harley Davidson tee at the same time. Some people who resell clothing just don't really seem to have any human decency at all. It's really not that big of a deal. It's like complaining about food. Anyone could make a sandwich for you, and it might not be up to par, but that doesn't mean you have to throw like a temper tantrum about your food. It can be remade. Like, in my opinion, I do not think it is that big of a deal for you to freak out over a t-shirt. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know what the freak out is about this. If you haven't noticed, the prices of clothing at Goodwill have been increasing significantly, and a lot of people are blaming it on resellers. An article published by the University of Cincinnati on April 3rd, 2025, many thrifters have noticed the above normal pricing on items at their local thrift store. Some shoppers have turned to social media to make videos pointing out the extreme price raises. Since noticing prices at thrift stores climbing, many users online have begun to point fingers. Instead of holding the stores accountable for their pricing, many have started to blame resellers. This is all just speculation. There isn't really any actual evidence to back up if resellers are the reason why prices have been increasing substantially. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say that any high-end company like Goodwill or any thrift store in general can tell if there's people walking in and taking pictures, looking up on Google to see like how much the clothing is, and them making lots of profit, and the high-end business not really making as much as them. But that's all speculation. That is all speculation. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure they can tell. Everyone knows the real reason as to why companies have been increasing their prices over the past few years. Inflation. Yeah. Inflation. I hope that after watching this video, you guys become more aware of reselling clothing and be more humane. Don't make it so obvious, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just ticks me off when you walk into a Goodwill and you see some person taking pictures of clothing just to resell it online. You know, you have as much right as anyone else would to get clothing, and once you buy it, you can do whatever you want with it, right? But if you're gonna be rude or gonna be a jerk about it, you know, to other people who are actually just wearing the clothing, then that's where you have to draw the line. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, thank you.